Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Autism Acceptance channel. As you know, this channel is completely dedicated to all things autism awareness, acceptance, and empowerment. Our top stories today are on a heartwarming reuniting story, a helpful resource on the adept, a do-it-yourself snowcraft, and putting the spotlight on these two awesome people with developmental disabilities. So, let's jump right in.
Here we go.
Our first story is a heartwarming one that involves a missing teen with autism, a frightened parent, and a loving community. This story begins just before Thanksgiving, for Sky Pignon and her husband furiously preparing for the holiday. While they were preparing, their son Max, who's 15 and has autism, decided to step outside and take a walk. By the time the couple realized that Max had left, he was already outside of the neighborhood. Talk about speed walking. So they left their preparations in search of their son. Panicked, they drove around the area for about an hour and a half, trying every conceivable place that Max likes to go to. To no avail, they didn't find him. Sky's mind began to race, thinking of every possible outcome that could possibly pop into her head. She immediately called the police and asked for help searching for her son. As police sent up a helicopter to look and describe what Max looked like to the community, Sky couldn't help but continue to spiral. Despite this, there was one thing that helped her to feel some semblance of hope, and that was all of the community reaching out and sending their support. Texting, calling, even Facebook messages. People could not keep their support to themselves, and we're very glad that they did that. It was at this moment that Sky felt a mixture of emotions, both feeling helpless and supported at the same time. And after about 5 hours from when they searched, a bystander overheard the description and found Max. The bystander called for the police, and they safely reunited Max with his family. It was then that Max revealed just how far he walked, a whopping 12 miles away from home. Talk about getting your steps in. Sky is overjoyed to have her son back and mentions that she gives special thanks to the community for all of their support. Sky had this to say: without them
calling, Max would have just kept on walking. So incredibly grateful, and that doesn't even cover it. I just want to say thank you so much from the bottom of our heart for caring.
What a happy ending to a wild twist of events, huh? We're so happy to hear that Max is home safe, and I hope you all enjoyed your holiday just a little bit more after this. Next up, a helpful resource. Do you as a parent feel that you need more tools on how to teach skills to your children with autism? Are you struggling to make it easier for yourself to teach your kiddo how to overcome issues related to their diagnosis? Could you use some help from a self-paced, online, interactive learning module? Then boy oh boy do we have the resource for you. Say hello to ADA, or Autism Distance Education Parent Training. This resource is brought to us by the fine people from UC Davis and Mind Institute. This collaborative international resource center was founded in 1998 and has been focused on conducting innovative research, providing expert care, and developing programs within the framework of developmental disabilities. That's awesome! This resource is an amazing tool to help you learn how to teach valuable skills down to your children, and positive behavior strategies to help correct troubling behaviors. Be sure to check out this resource in the description below. Now, let's talk about a super fun activity that you and your kiddo can do together. Enter DIY Fake Snow. This easy to do activity will help your kiddo to follow step-by-step instructions, practice fine motor skills, and above all else, getting creative with some sensory play. The materials you'll need for this activity are actually super simple. All you need is some shaving cream, some baking soda, and a container to mix it in. Step 1. Ready your container. Step 2. Fill the container with as much shaving cream as you'd like. Step 3. Mix in the baking soda into the container filled with shaving cream. Step 4. Have fun with your fake snow. And remember, this is not real snow, so do not eat it. And there you have it. Your DIY fake snow is complete. And now for our final story. We'd like to put the spotlight on two individuals with developmental disability. Our first individual is a legendary leader who is taking charge in the fight for our planet. Greta Thunberg is a 20-year-old person on the spectrum from Sweden who uses her voice solely to raise the issue of climate change. She was Time Magazine's Person of the Year in 2019 and is known for using social media and other traditional media formats to bring attention to this very serious issue. In fact, she's even given speeches at the World Economic Forum, at the European Parliament, as well as in front of legislators here in the US. Now that's a big deal, and perhaps just as impactful as her climate change talks are, is her conversation about her diagnosis. She tweeted to the world, "I have Asperger's, and that means I'm sometimes a bit different from the norm. And given the right circumstances, being different is a superpower." And we absolutely agree. And as she said,
in some circumstances it can definitely be an advantage to have some kind of neurotypical diagnosis and to be neurodiverse. And because that makes you different, that makes you think differently, and especially in such a big crisis like this, when we need to think outside the box, we need to think outside our current system, that we need people who think outside the box and who aren't like everyone else.
and this is so true, we need new thinkers and problem solvers to help us fix this issue. Well said, Greta. Her ability to stay the course on how important this topic is, despite other people being mean and wanting to keep things the way they are, is an inspiration. So thank you, Greta Thunberg. Keep up the hard work you're doing, and thank you for being an inspiration to all other neurodivergent activists out there. Lastly, we'd like to put the spotlight on one more person. Her name is Tabia, and she is a 30-year-old professional model with Down syndrome. Coming to us from Graham, Washington, Tabia grew up loving art and all things fashion, and would even enjoy watching fashion shows on this very site, YouTube. She mentions in interviews that on the road to her dream, there were many challenges and barriers. And despite how progressive society has become when it comes to accepting people with developmental disabilities, there is still a long ways to go. But barriers and challenges couldn't hold this lady back. With the help and support of her family and community, she was able to become a professional model. She mentions that she has fully embraced her disability and is proud of who she is. This is true empowerment. This is what it's all about. So we spotlight you as well, Tabia. Thank you for being a beacon of inspirational light to all of the other developmentally disabled little girls and boys who want to be just like you. Keep up the amazing work that you're doing, and we can't wait for you to achieve your next dream, being on the front of a magazine cover. And that's a wrap. Thank you very much for watching this video. We hope you enjoyed this weekly recap of Autism News. If you like this video, be sure to give it a like and comment down below for your video suggestions. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss a future video. Thanks for watching.